Alright, here we are. We are, let's see, May 12th. I'm going to go over my pre-market positions and kind of discuss a little bit where I'm at and what happened yesterday and whatnot. I didn't do a recap yesterday because, frankly, there wasn't anything to recap. I was looking to get out of a lot of positions, and I think one of the lesson of the week for me anyway, is patience. And I got a sticky note here that says, "Do not take random prices." Like, just because I think a stock's going up or going down, and I've just been buying it. Like, you look at the chart and you see something, and you start to feel like, oh well, I don't want it to go without me or whatever. And sometimes they do, and I think that's just part of it. If it goes without you, it goes without you. But it's way better to say mark out a level. This one, for instance, if I was going to well, here's a good example. I just kind of got into it right here. It had already made a couple of pullbacks. You could argue that, like, well, see what it did. We had support over here, and it basically coincided the bottom right here with this level of support right there. Looking for a better deal, I think. I'm not saying you always wait, and a lot of that has to do with feel, but I think, like at 7 o'clock, things tend to move. So if you mark out some positions and say, well, if it gets down to here, I'll buy in, that's a good support. And then when the volume comes in at 7, or when the volume comes in at the open, you wait and see if it does that. If it does, you get a really good entry. I didn't do that right here. This is kind of in the story of my, well, since Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. Well, yesterday wasn't as good example because I was kind of already positioned into everything, but getting into these positions, like, say for instance, I'll show you one that's been eating my lunch, is this one right here. This is called Cloudflare. You can see on this chart, it was at $260. You could argue that they were decent earnings, but the street didn't like it or whatever. This thing gapped down. Oh, what is that? Fucking $40. And then I think I got in right there with one share. It kept going down, and I DCA'd a couple of times, and I'm down to 210 now, but it's still dropping, and it's like, yesterday it kind of didn't move very much. Just kind of stayed right there. So I'm hoping it comes up today, but, like, entry is very important, and getting in early without, trying to catch the bottom without confirmation. This is the kind of situation you can find yourself in. So right now, unfortunately, I'm stuck in some positions. We can go over them real quick. This one I should have sold yesterday. I could have rebought it. That's what I did with Bitcoin. I sold yesterday for a profit and then rebought it this morning for a few dollars less a share. This one I should have sold yesterday and I could have rebought. They moved together, so I don't know why I didn't. I think it was because I was still down a few pennies and I was just being stubborn. This is another one that I tried to play earnings on. You can see that E right there, that's earnings. Look how far it's dropped. And I mean, you could argue that I'm in at a pretty good price way down here. It's filled this gap. I would expect it to go up, but it hasn't been doing anything. And getting tired of looking at it, wanting to get out of this position. Um, the other problem is getting a bad entry like that. It goes down further, and now I'm going to be tempted if it just gets back up to my price just to close out, and then it'll probably run without me because I'm just starting to get impatient with it. This one we just looked at, that was like, here's another one that I'm holding that this one wasn't earnings. Let's see, what was this? Can't remember. They had some kind of bad news and it sold off. I got in. It went down further. This is a very popular stock. I was expecting it to rebound already and it hasn't. And now my fears are that something crazy if the war pops off again over there and I'm sitting in these positions down like this. It's going to be hard for me to get out of them because I'm already underwater so much. Um, so yeah, looking to close out pretty much all of these positions at the bottom. Okay, this one right here I'm ashamed of. I should have never invested in this. This is Moderna. It was the Hinto thing. I got in late. The news had already been around for a couple of days. I could have got in down here. Sold for $10 a share. I kind of got in thinking it was going to keep going up, and now it's sold off really bad. We're kind of sitting right about right here now. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. If this one gets anywhere near, say, $56, if it starts to reject off that, I'm just going to sell it because I think that was I should have never bought that. I was late on the news. It's not, you know. Robinhood, I sold for a profit yesterday. I got back in today with just one share at a discount. The Clarity Act is supposed to be passing at the end of the month, in effect July or something like that. This one's got some things going for it with the PDT rule. I think this one's going to go up. Um, TSLL, this is a leverage Tesla play. I just think Tesla's going to keep going up today because the news with Elon, it went up really good yesterday, going to China with Trump. I think that's going to continue. This is really just a little small play. It means nothing. Iron, I sold yesterday for a 2% profit. Today I got back in at a discount just because I think this one has upside. The problem with this one was they were screaming, they were doing really good, and then they diluted their stock. They made an offering for $2 billion and to raise capital, and people don't like that. It makes the shares worthless. So it did a pretty big drop. We're back in at a discount. Like I said, I made 2% yesterday, so that's that play. Circle is again the Clarity Act with the crypto. It's the internet um, crypto finance basically. Um, this one went up pretty good yesterday, and I'm looking for a continuation on this. Same thing with IBIT. I think IBIT, Ethereum, Circle, and Robinhood are all going to go up today because of the crypto bullishness. But we will see. I'm looking to get out this bottom half, like I'd say from right here down. I would like to sell all these. We'll see if I'm able to or not. But hopefully, if I could sell all these, it would free up. So it's about $1,200 or $1,300 in my account, which I'd like to have that cash sitting on the sidelines because I do think we're about ready for a pullback, and I don't trust what's going on with the war. It seems like we're about to do something, and as soon as that happens, everything's going to dump. And I don't want to be sitting here bag holding all these, but it's just the position I'm in right now. So hopefully, maybe I can put a call in to Trump and tell him to hold off bombing Iran for 3 or 4 days and help me square up some of these positions. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I will get back with you guys in a few, and if I don't do a recap today, that means things probably didn't. I wasn't able to unwind any of these positions, and I'll just get back with you tomorrow. But if I am able, if something happens and I'm able to unwind some of these positions, or there's some moves that are made that are worth talking about, then I'll get back on and we can chat about it. But until then, I'll see you guys later.